Good morning, girls. We were discussing about the causes that led to the decline of the Mughal Empire. And in the last class, we learned how the weak military administration and the Jagudari crisis led to the decline of the empire. So we'll continue with the causes. Economic condition. The economic condition of the Mughal Empire worsened during the closing years of Aurangzeb's rule. So, during the closing years means the last few years. So, during the last few years of Aurangzeb's rule, the economic condition of the empire became more worse. It began to become worse. Agriculture was ruined due to long drawn wars, higher taxes, Jagudari crisis, and famines. So, we had learnt before that there were constant wars happening, and because of these constant wars, because of the long drawn means wars which continue for a long time. So because of these long drawn wars, higher taxes, there were many taxes which were imposed. So because of these higher taxes, then the Jagudari crisis, we had learnt about the Jagudari crisis in the last class. During the period of the later Mughals, there was no enough jagirs, there was no enough jagirs left, and therefore the emperors, they converted their land, they converted their royal land into jagir land. So this led to the weakening of the empire. The Mughal power began to decrease because of this, and this condition is known as the Jagudari crisis. So because of the Jagudari crisis and famines, famine means the scarcity or the shortage of food. So because of all these reasons, agriculture was destroyed. Ruined means destroyed. So it was agriculture began to became agriculture was destroyed because of these reasons. Many of the handicrafts and industries also suffered due to lack of finances. So there was money. There was a shortage of finance. There was a shortage of money because of the constant wars, and this led to the condition where the handicrafts and industries they had to suffer. The income of the Mughal state declined due to independence of the provincial governors, rise of the Marathas, and poor fiscal management. So there were many conditions which led to the worsening of the economic condition of the Mughal Empire. There was we had learnt that the governors, the provincial governors, that is the governors of the provinces, they became more independent. Then the Marathas, they began to rise, and the poor fiscal management. Fiscal means it is a the revenue, that is the public taxes, the taxes which are paid by the public. So there was no proper management of these taxes, there was no proper fiscal management, there was no proper management of the public revenues. All these reasons led to the decline of the income of the Mughal Empire. Trade, commerce, and industries suffered due to scarcity of raw material, insecurity, and endless wars. So, there were many wars happening. There were endless wars. Then there was shortage of raw materials, and also insecurity existed in the empire. Insecurity means lack of security. So, due to these reasons, trade and commerce also suffered. So this is the economic condition. The economic condition became worse. It started to worsen during the last few years of the Aurangzeb's rule. Foreign invasions. The political instability in India gave an opportunity to the foreigners to invade India. So in India, there was a state of political instability. Instability means a state where there is no stability. The political condition of India, it was frequently changing. It kept on changing, and this gave an opportunity. This gave a chance to the foreigners, to the outsiders, to invade or to attack India. The Persian ruler Nadir Shah remained in Delhi for 57 days and took away a huge booty, including the Kohinoor diamond and Shah Jahan's jewel-studded peacock throne. So there were many attacks, there were many invasions happening in India, and there was a ruler, a Persian ruler, Nadir Shah, who remained in Delhi. He came from Persia. He remained in Delhi for 57 years. And when he returned, when he went back, he took away a huge booty. Booty refers to stolen goods. The booty means stolen goods, goods which are stolen, which valuable stolen goods. Usually they are stolen during wars. So such valuable stolen goods which are stolen especially during wars are known as booty. So when Nadir Shah, when he went back to Persia, he took a huge booty, and this included Kohinoor diamond and the jewel-studded throne, throne of Shah Jahan, which was jewel-studded. Jewel-studded means it was decorated with jewels. Nadir Shah restored the Mughal emperor Muhammad Shah to his throne. So Nadir Shah, who was a Persian ruler, he brought back Muhammad Shah, the Mughal emperor Muhammad Shah, to his throne. But Muhammad Shah had to cede all the territories west of Indus from Kashmir to Sindh to Nadir Shah. So Muhammad Shah, who was a Mughal ruler, he was brought back. He was restored to his throne by Nadir Shah, and in return Muhammad Shah, he had to surrender. He had to give up all the territories, all the regions of the west of Indus from Kashmir to Sindh. All the territories towards the west of Indus were surrendered to Nadir Shah in favor as a reward for bringing back Muhammad Shah into his throne. The invasion of Nadir Shah exposed the hidden weakness of the Mughal Empire and opened India to future invasions by Ahmad Shah Abdali, who ravaged India 5 times between 1748 and 1761. So this attack, the attack by Nadir Shah, it showed that India was weak, that the Mughal Empire was very weak, because Nadir Shah, he was able to invade, he was able to attack Delhi, and he could stay in Delhi for 57 days. So his invasion, it showed that Mughal Empire was very weak, and this led to many future invasions. This led to many other foreigners invading India, like the Ahmad Shah Abdali, who ravage means to damage severely, to cause a severe damage. So there was a foreigner, Ahmad Shah Abdali, who severely damaged India 5 times between the period of 1748 and 1761. In 1761, Ahmad Shah Abdali inflicted a crushing defeat on the Marathas in the Third Battle of Panipat. So his invasion lasted between the period 1748 and 1761, and in 1761 he defeated the Marathas during the Third Battle of Panipat. The defeat of the Marathas put an end to the hope that the Marathas would succeed the mighty Mughals as the supreme power in India. So there was a belief that the Marathas were more powerful than the Mughals, and they would defeat the Mughals. But unfortunately, these Marathas, they were defeated in the Third Battle of Panipat, and this defeat, it put an end to the hope of their success. Then we have the ascendancy of the British. The English East India Company's schemes of territorial conquest were revived during 1740s. So the English East India Company, they had many plans of conquering India. They had many plans of conquering the territories of different parts, and their plans were uh, they were revived. They were brought back. Revive means to bring back. So they were revived during the 1740s. The invasion by Nadir Shah revealed the decline of the central authority and gave the British an opportunity to expand their political control over India. So, the East India Company, the English East India Company, they already had plans for conquering, for territorial conquests. And when Nadir Shah, when he invaded India, it exposed his invasion. It exposed, it revealed that the central authority, the Mughal empire, the central Mughal authority was very weak, and this gave the British a chance to expand their control over India. The internal strife between the Marathas and their defeat in 1761 at the Third Battle of Panipat by the Afghans further helped the British to become masters of India. So there were internal conflicts between the Marathas and this led to their defeat in the 1761 Battle of Panipat. So all these reasons, this helped the British to establish their power, to establish their political control over India. So these are the causes which led to the decline of the Mughal Empire. So we'll just go through the causes once again. The policies which were followed by Aurangzeb. There were many policies which were followed by Aurangzeb. All these policies led to the decline. Then the successors, the weak successors who came after Aurangzeb were very weak. Then there were conflicts among the nobles. There were constant rivalry among the Mughal nobles. This was another cause. Then the law of succession in the Mughal empire, it was defective. They did not have a proper law of succession. Then the military administration in the Mughal military administration was very weak. Then there was a Jagudari Crisis. The economic condition of Mughal empire worsened during the last few years of Aurangzeb's rule. Then there were many foreign invasions happening, and also the ascendancy of British. So these were the causes, these were the reasons which led to the decline of the Mughal empire in India. So we have completed this chapter. This chapter was all about the causes, the reasons for the decline of the Mughal empire. So that's all for today, girls. Thank you.